Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's topic is going to be about choosing the reality that you want, or choosing the life that you want. And one thing I've noticed a lot even with myself and with a lot of other people is you can get so caught up in the bad things that are happening, or the adversity around you, or people treating you badly. And you just get caught up that becomes your life. And the problem with that is all the activity and everything that's happening is legitimate. Not legitimate that it's happening to you, but legitimate gripes. You have legitimate concerns. You have legitimate reason to be irritated and frustrated. But the problem with that at some point is if you've tried everything to alleviate it or tried everything to mitigate it, at some point you just have to kind of let your frustration and anxiety with that go. If you stay stuck with it, you're trapped with it. If you can't somehow wrap your mind around it and find a way to survive, it's just going to tear you down. Okay, so I'm talking in circles, so let me really dive into a situation that I've experienced in my past. And I'll talk about it in the context of a work environment. You can get into a situation where you have people who don't necessarily have your best interest at heart, who are constantly messing with you, constantly screwing with you. And what do you do? Right? I mean, I guess the best case scenario is if you can find someplace else to be, that's great. But if you've done that, if you've moved on and those problems keep following you, so to speak, you have to come up with another way to look at it. You have to come up with another way to protect your sanity and to find some peace and happiness in your own life. I learned early on in my professional situation that the grass isn't always greener. I've seen many a time where somebody would say, oh, my last boss was the worst, and then this new person proves them wrong. Or they they get to the point where they're like, I hate this place, screw this place, I'm leaving, and they leave and they go to another job, and then you hear from them and it's like, oh my God, this job is worse than the last one. You have to learn to find peace wherever you are. Now this does tie in with our divorce situations too. I mean, it's a little more complicated because our personal world is being destroyed as opposed to our professional. I mean, professional's tough, but whenever everything that you really hold dear, that you really think is important, is attacked, then it makes it a lot harder. Whenever everything is just ripped apart. My point is, you have to be able to find a way to find your own peace in the situation you're at. It is absolutely critical. If you're not able to do that, and this is what I will tell you, if every place you go, catastrophes follow, chaos follows, you have to take a step back and say, okay, maybe you're a target, right? Maybe you're just attracting toxic people towards you, which that does happen. That's a legitimate thing that happens. But you have to take a step back and say, okay, what can I do for me to make my life better? What can you do to make your life better? And I know if you're in the midst of this, you can be like, there's nothing I can do, Duane. It's completely messed up. There is no solution. Everyone is out to get me. Well, there is adversity in every aspect of life. I was chatting with someone about this the other day, and it doesn't matter whether you're at the top of the top or the bottom of the bottom, there are nasty people everywhere. So you have to learn how to interact with these people, learn how to survive, learn how to protect yourself so that you can have your sanity, your peace, and have the calmness and a chaos-free life. But you have to do something. I had to do something. I had to do the exact same thing in my life because it seemed like every time I turned around, I was in a running gun battle with somebody to whatever, with work, with family, with, I mean, just, the list just kept going on and on and on. And so for me, at some point, I just woke up and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want this life. I don't want this chaos. I don't want this strife, this just constant BS in my life. And unfortunately, I'm not in a situation where I have a ton of money where I could say, well, okay, I'm going to retire and I'm going to, sip coffee on the beach and just have a nice, relaxing life. I mean, I would love that, don't get me wrong. But the reality of it is that I have to navigate the chaos in my own life. The issue with this is, how do you make today a better day? How do you find a way to where you can be happy today? And how can you find a way to be happy today and help you get to where you want to go? Maybe, like, for instance, if you hate your job and you want to do something different, okay, how do you make your peace to where you can be sane today and work towards getting out? That's kind of what I'm doing in my situation. I'm hoping that I can come up with a plan and do something to where I can either retire or switch jobs or switch careers, find something that gives me more joy and satisfaction. That's like why I like doing this channel. I mean, it really scratches that itch to where I'm doing something that I feel is my purpose. But as it stands right now, it won't buy a pizza. So I mean, there's that. This also is the same thing if you are currently in a bad relationship. What can you do to start making your life a little bit better in that stress to position you to get out? Right? I mean, if you feel like you have a plan moving forward that you can get to where you want to go and you're making strides towards that, then at least I think that you tend to start feeling less trapped. And again, it's all about a state of mind on this, because you can turn around and say, oh my God, I'm trapped. I can never leave. I can never accomplish anything. I won't have any money. I'll live on the streets. I'll, bad, 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 bad. Or you can say, okay, what can I do differently? Maybe I have to downsize. Maybe I have to get to the point to where I live in a smaller place. I don't have as much money. I mean, whatever the situation is, but I mean, you have to find a place or a way that you can find some happiness in life. Guys, I understand whenever you feel like you're constantly being attacked by somebody, and when you are being attacked by somebody, but I mean, at some point, how do you approach that in a different way to empower you to move on with your life? What can you do? What can you do to take charge of it? What simple thing can you do? For me, I surround myself with calming things. I mentioned on another live stream, I like to listen to relaxation, meditation type music. It's just, if I'm feeling stressed, I turned it on and I turn that on and I listen to it in the car, at home, at work, and it just helps calm my mind down. So I'm like looking for ways to calm my environment and calm my mind down. The next thing on that is I look at things I like to do. Are things that I enjoy. I mean, it's like if I'm driving to work and it's really pretty out and the sunset or the sunrise, driving to work, sunrise, is beautiful, I take a pause and I notice it. I don't necessarily pull over. Maybe I should take some video of it or something, but I mean, it's like, what can you look at to kind of like push to not focus on all the negative crap and focus on something positive? I mean, it's like right now, other than it's a little bright out because it's in the middle of the desert, but it's the weather's really nice. The trees are moving in the breeze. It's kind of a nice environment. It feels okay. A little warm, but not too bad. Looks like an osprey just took off, which I haven't seen one of them fly in a really long time. Wow. This is a pretty cool place to work. It's like an air show every day. Jesus, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Anyways, that's the thing, right? It's like, what do you look at that makes you happy? I mean, I could sit around here, conversely, I could turn around and go, oh my God, I hate the desert. I've been here for 30 years. It's hot. I don't like it. It's dirty. It's dusty. These damn planes are flying around all the time. I mean, I could focus on the negative, or I could focus on things that make me happy, things that bring joy to my life, things that are peaceful. And here's the thing, guys, when you start to do this, there are going to be people who are going to try to knock you down. They're going to see that you're escaping, and they're going to want to remind you, oh, no, 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 it's not better. It's worse. You need to stay in the muck. It's just, I want you guys to be able to get your life back, get your lives back. I want you to be able to find some peace. I want you to be able to wake up and not have that tightness in your chest, or that anxiety, that stress, the churning in your stomach, because you're not looking forward to waking up and dealing with another day. I want you to be able to get your life back. I want you to be able to take a whole new approach, and anything and everything that people throw at you, that you're able just to almost be at the point to where you could just laugh it off and go, wow, these people just don't stop, but it isn't affecting me. You know, maybe that's a unrealistic idea, but I'm not giving up hope on that, and I hope you don't give up on that as well.